Litvarsky, and now Rummenigge. That's easily done by him. Rummenigge's arriving. Oh, it's there.
Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, the West German captain who wrecked England's hopes last week at Wembley with his individual brilliance, was at White Hart Lane tonight in the Bayern Munich side playing Spurs in the second round of the Cup Winners' Cup. And that's our featured match tonight in a programme which concentrates on European football. Here now with both news and results, Tony Gubber.
The European Cup holders Aston Villa look certain to reach the quarter-finals of this season's competition after a fine 2-0 away win tonight against Dynamo Bucharest. The England under-21 international Gary Shaw scored a goal in each half for Villa, who never looked in trouble in their second round first leg clash against the Romanian champions. And Villa's victory easily the pick of the night's European results. Shaw's goals scored after 10 minutes and 77 minutes, setting up a comfortable second leg for Villa in 2 weeks' time. But Celtic, the Scottish champions, will be a little dismayed with their European Cup second round first leg result tonight, a 2-0 away defeat at the hands of Real Sociedad in Spain. European Cup Winners' Cup second round first leg results tonight: Aberdeen 2, Lech Poznan of Poland 0. Mark McGee and Peter Weir scoring the goals for Aberdeen. And Swansea City 0, Paris Saint-Germain 1. Highlights of the Tottenham Bayern Munich match we'll have for you in just a moment. Incidentally, in another Cup Winners' Cup match tonight, Barcelona won 4-2 away to Red Star Belgrade, with Argentina's Diego Maradona and West Germany's Bernd Schuster both scoring 2 goals apiece for the Spanish club. Well, now more results. UEFA Cup second round first leg. 2 players were stretchered off in a bruising match tonight at Ibrox, where Rangers defeated FC Cologne 2-1. Derek Johnston scored the first goal for Rangers after 10 minutes. Klaus Allofs equalised on the hour, and then John McClellan got the winner for Rangers 5 minutes from time. And Viking Stavanger of Norway won, Dundee United 3. All the goals there came in the last 17 minutes, with Ralph Milne scoring twice for Dundee United and Paul Sturrock getting the third. Well, now the Football League results tonight, starting with Division 2, Leeds United 3, Burnley 1. Division 3, Lincoln City 4, Exeter City 1, a Derek Bell hat-trick for Lincoln as they increased their lead at the top of Division 3 now to 5 points. And Oxford United 2, Brentford 2. And Division 4, Chester 1, Peterborough United 1, Hereford 2, Hull 0, Torquay United 1, Swindon Town 1.
And later in the programme we'll have highlights for you of that Swansea match against Paris Saint-Germain and of Rangers versus Cologne. But now we go straight into our main action, tonight's second round first leg match in the European Cup Winners' Cup between Tottenham Hotspur, FA Cup holders for the last 2 seasons, and one of the finest club sides in Europe, Bayern Munich, who were runners-up to Aston Villa in last season's European Cup. Now for Spurs, the Cup Winners' Cup holds pleasant memories. They won it 20 seasons ago in 1963 to become Britain's first winners of a European club competition. Our commentator at White Hart Lane is Barry Davis.
The night is damp, but the atmosphere under the Tottenham highlights certainly good enough to evoke memories of past European days at White Hart Lane. Good reception for both teams. Spurs in all white, and that is the lineup that the crowd will be looking to add to those memories. A side cruelly unbalanced by injuries, which means that all 4 of the back 4 players are more naturally comfortable as central defenders. It's a side without Perriman, without Hoddle, without Houghton, without Galvin, and without Roberts. And indeed, only Garth Crooks has played in every match this season. Team captained by the Argentine Ricky Villa. 1 or 2 changes have been made in the Bayern side since the European Cup final of last May. They've signed Jean-Marie Pfaff, the #1 Belgian goalkeeper. Grover came to them from Eintracht Brunswick, and tonight they give a first full game to Bernd Martin, who came to them from Stuttgart. The other 8 men were all in the side, beaten by Aston Villa, though Dremler on that occasion was not in midfield but as a fullback. It's a team captained by Paul Breitner and not by the national skipper Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, who returns to London a week after his considerable success in the international at Wembley. And that remark could also be made about the young Spurs midfield player who tonight wears #9, Gary Mabbott, who had such a good game at Wembley. All the officials tonight come from Italy. The referee, Luigi Agnolin. Spurs attacking the goal to our right. And here is John Lacey. O'Reilly, one of the players who gets a chance because of the long injury list. Paul Price. Gary Brooke, who got a hat-trick in 6 minutes in his last appearance on this ground. In the second half, that was against Coventry. Ricky Villa. Expected start of the first leg of a European tie, with the away side dropping back in numbers. Sternberger, number 7, spent so much of his career on the left side, although he is a naturally right-footed player. Hazard. Horseman, goal kick. Jean-Marie Pfaff, who lost his place at the end of the World Cup, but got it back at the start of this season in the Belgian side. Breitner. Villa enjoying his start. Gone up ahead of Brooke. Crooks in the middle, so is Archibald. And Kraus with the challenge. Crooks. Mabbott in the middle, and that was Crooks' try! Good header, and really good save. Turned over the top. Brooks cross. The header curled up, and the goalkeeper was at pretty full stretch. Villa. Header was from Price, and they get the corner. Promising start by Tottenham, which has kept the crowd at the buzz right from the start. On by Lacey, and it's in by Archibald. Goal in 3 minutes for Tottenham. You can't ask for a better start than that. Lacey, whose header on the near post created the opening from the corner, a good back flick, and Archibald was unmarked when he scored. Steve Archibald's 4th goal of the season, his 2nd in European competition. Alcantara at the back, but the free kick has been given. Grover watching Archibald now. Lacey is up once again. Brooks try off the underside of the crossbar. What a marvellous shot by Brooke. Offside against Garth Crooks. That really was a very sweet strike of the ball on the right foot of Brooke. Kept it down, and the crossbar saved the Belgian keeper. Horseman. Rummenigge. Well stopped by Miller. Gerber. Martin. Free kick given. Shown the yellow card by the referee. A moment of respite. Have a look again at that thunderous shot, really, by Brooke, which hit the underside of the crossbar. Rummenigge. Lacey watched it well. Breitner, who played it through. Villa. busy, busy, busy. We've had only 16 minutes of the match, and it may seem a slightly excessive thing to say, but I think Tottenham need a second goal pretty soon. Bayern have certainly recovered from the shell hacking they received in the first 10 minutes. Mavets. Hazard. Just a bit too high for him. Brook. Miller. Interesting the Germans are not marking man for man. They're copying the English style of marking zonally. It was Horseman who was then with Archibald. Grober, who's been with him more often than not, left him when he went to the wing. Augenthaler. Price. Rummenigge. Dernberger. Good change. Hoeneß, offside, offside, won't count. But even so, that was a nice attack. And Breitner, who changed the direction of the play. Dernberger found him, Breitner played it through, and Hoeneß was offside. One or two unfamiliar faces on the subs bench. The most noted, number 12 there, chewing, Mark Falco in the centre of the picture. Oh dear, Maverick gave him the return. Again, his shot from some distance. 5 German substitutes, including a very talented winger come midfield player, Karl Del High, number 16. That was a bit too deliberate. Dernberger. And still, Breitner, they've got a man over, who is Dremler. Plenty of red shirts up. Here's Dieter Hoeneß. And he took too long. And Archibald just playing the ball off there. He's clearly struggling at the moment. Injury high up on the right thigh. Pitting the inside of the thigh for some few minutes to run off the knock. A real chance wasted by Dieter Hoeneß. They've got a man over who was Dremler, who was past O'Reilly with some comfort, and Dieter Hoeneß wanted too long and was well blocked, in fact, I think by Paul Miller. And the Spurs forced to make the substitution. Steve Archibald off to be replaced by Mark Falco. Brook, but the whistle had gone. Mark Falco with every reason to do well to celebrate what is his 22nd birthday on Friday. Collected by Hazard well. That's a good try, but it bent the wrong way for him. The Bowles player had got the wrong bias. He was trying to curl it for the top corner, but in fact, I'm sure we'll see the final movement is the other way. Mavett. Has gone to the left, number 12. Hasn't been able to get into the game yet, Mark Falco. It's a clear free kick. And a suggestion of a bit of walking, which may well produce a yellow card. Walking over body, that is, and it does produce a yellow card. Ricky Villa wants a few words. Well, that was certainly a foul. Well, yes, he did touch him on the back. Not with any great pressure, but it was a stupid action, and it got its deserts, I'm afraid. Rummenigge, Hernis, Breitner, won by Lacey. 3 from midfield, 2 forward. That's a fine ball to Crooks. Falco far side. Hazard. Did Villa really mean to dummy that? If he did, it was real class. Free kick. Against Hernis. To Hernis, showing a face of anguish. The younger brother, incidentally, of the more famous Uli Hernis, who's now the general manager at Bayern. So I hope I'm not being unkind to him. He looks to be the older brother. Villa, Hazard and Brook, all capable of striking it. And the referee wants the wall back a little bit further. Brook. Goalkeeper saving, coming forward. It's a nonchalant touch to Brook, who really wasn't that, had to rebalance himself. Falco on the near post. Hazard. Villa. Hazard. Sometimes proving a little bit too bright for his colleagues. It's promising for Bayern. Rummenigge to the left. It's a question of the timing of the pass. O'Reilly tries to close him down. Miller was more successful. Gary Brooks' second strike from a free kick, but he wasn't actually balanced. He had to adjust himself. And the goalkeeper didn't get the hands, but got the body that came from behind. Wasn't quite as good as his first one, but then that is comparing with something of a very high quality. Steve Birkinshaw on the right. As usual, not giving away too much from his expression. Hazard. Mabbott. Brook. On by Lacey. Crooks. He and Falco too close to each other, but that has to be a free kick. Real sliding job by Grober. Referee smiles. Lacey doesn't quite share the joke. Just to be another from Brook. Brook is the player just to the left of Ricky Villa. It is Brook again. Good save by Faf. Variation of shot from Gary Brook. Hit it, I think, somewhat with the inside of the right boot. And the Belgian goalkeeper showing why Bayern bought him. Almost got there, but not quite, and the whistle has gone. He's had 3 very interesting tries in this half, and this one was a bit different, as we'll see from this different angle. Inside of the boot, trying to place it to the goalkeeper's left. Villa. Brook once more. Crooks. Unfortunately, he and Falco not having the same understanding. Well won by Mabbott. Get up, says the referee. And he's given nothing to Tottenham. accept the corner. Did marvellously well to claim the ball, but if he was foul, I would have thought the initial one was outside the area. Here's Hazard. Another good save, although maybe an English goalkeeper would have held that. But Tottenham ending the half as they started it. Another corner. 8th corner, taken short. Mabbutt! Hazard's cross. Mabbutt made contact, but wide. Hazard. Ernest. Klaus. Bit of pushing by Ernest. There's John Lacey. Paul Miller. Hazard. The end of a half to which Spurs made an electrifying start and produced a very fine finish. Brook, so much involved throughout, but in the middle spell, certainly Bayern showing they are going to be a difficult nut to crack over 2 legs. But at half-time, Spurs have a 1-goal advantage, scored for them by Steve Archibald, who subsequently had to go off with what looked like a groin injury. There might have been more goals for Tottenham, but for the performance of Jean-Marie Pfaff, confirming the form that the German press and media generally have been saying about him. Tottenham in need of beating him again to give themselves insurance for the second leg in a fortnight's time. Pfaff, who's 28, won 33 caps for his country. Won by Miller. Mabbutt, Hazard. O'Reilly. Pretty outrageous sway. And Dremler making a point. Crooks, O'Reilly, Crooks. They've got to make something out of that because it was played very close to his feet by O'Reilly. John Lacey is making his way forward, taking position on the near side again for the flick. Ernest went with him. Breitner, whose form in the first half was rather better than what he showed during the World Cup. Good turn by Rummenigge. Ernest. Weber looking for Rummenigge. Lacey in a bit of trouble. Ray Clements has seen all that before. Always quick to come off his line to cover across the back. free kick for the lean-in. O'Reilly thought it was a throw, but it's not. It is the free kick. That's a good try. Wasn't very far away by Dernberger. Right, they certainly thumped it across. Came down, met on the full, and wide by Dernberger. Gets out well, does Gary Mabbott. Crooks. Has it? Too strong. Right now. Followed across by Brook. Dernberger. Plenty of room to play it across to Martin. Right, we're involved 3 times now in this rather ponderous build-up, which comes to nothing in the end. Argentala. Pernis. Lacey lost it, but Clements didn't. His feet did the job for him, but with every intent. Up by Mabbott, fell a little kindly. Crooks, Brook is making the run and was seen. And has got away, has he? Brilliant tackle. Really fine tackle. Really did well then, Argentala, because he was at full stretch. And he got the ball cleanly away. Guerrero is the player down. Ernest just inside. Rummenigge pulls back and takes over. There's quite an argument going on between 2 German officials in the linesman as the play continues. The linesman trying to stop them giving Grover attention. The referee seems quite unconcerned. In the back of the neck that Gerber is complaining about. There's Paul Chernay on the left, the coach of Bayern Munich. Via. Via. Brook available. 3 in the middle. Amazingly, it stayed in. It's the Bayern ball. Whoever is back on the field. A bit of a stiff neck tomorrow. O'Reilly, Klaus. Germany was looking for the free kick again, and the ball was cleanly won. Pernis. Rescue by O'Reilly, Rummenigge underneath it. So it's Hennis, missed his kick, Breitner did not. And Bayern capitalise on the error. A few arguments between young O'Reilly and 1 or 2 of the other defenders, notably Ray Clements, it would seem. chance, tried to curl it upfield, instead curled it backwards. Rummenigge didn't win it in that challenge. Hoeneß missed his kick, but Breitner did not. And so it's come back to 1-1 with 53 minutes of the match gone. And Bayern Munich have an away goal to their credit. Clarify the away goals rule. In simple terms, what it means is if the second leg is 0-0, Bayern would go through. For Breitner's 14th goal in European football. Argenthaler. Looking confident in everything he does. He's left out at the end of the World Cup, partly because of his attitude, which displeased Guy Thys, the Belgian coach. Crooks. It's a real test for this inexperienced Tottenham side to come back after such an error. Goal kick. Bayern captain has done the damage. Complete miss kick by Hoeneß. Breitner keeping it down. Via Brook. Was he pushed? No, says the referee. Measure of Brook's performance that every time he gets the ball, the crowd starts shouting. Feeling of anticipation. Martin. Good strong challenge. This is Dremler. The shooting chance has been there twice. And they've got a man over who is Dernberger. Queuing in the middle, Bayern. And finally the shot from Dremler, which he could have played so much earlier, is wide. Suggestion that he was prepared to try it with his right foot, where he was not with his left. Dernberger twice cut down the area that he had for a moment to run into, so in the end he played it square. Via. And still, Rummenigge was onside. Hoeneß, though, was offside, and the goal will not count. He's disappointed, but there is no doubt the linesman was 100% correct. They've thought about whether Rummenigge was offside. The linesman was right there. It was tight, but I think he was right. But look at Hoeneß, he's offside at that moment, and certainly is clearly seen to be offside as we got the good view of the goal. He objected. sure whether he was booked then or not. There's confirmation around me that he was booked. Where is the Tottenham of the start of the match? The trouble is that the players don't know the answer to that question either. Martin. Beautifully played by Dremler. Hoeneß on the far post. Oh, I say. And the Rummenigge only a ball's width away. Most players, I suspect, would have looked up for the balding pate of Dieter Hoeneß. Lovely play by Dremler. I'm afraid rather fooled O'Reilly. And from that position, with the goalkeeper slightly masked by the defender, he tried the shot. Villa. Lacey. Promising. O'Reilly. Breitner on the counter. Dernberger to the left. In on Clements, who holds his ground and makes the save. But Breitner again, the controller of the challenge, turned defence into attack, laid it beautifully. Clements got his angles all right and parried for the corner. Sternberger's in no particular hurry to take. Man who this season passed the 300 league match point for Bayern. Played more for them than any other member of the team. Rummenigge in the 6-yard area. Hoeneß to make the run. Not a particularly good corner. Out by Mabbutt. To Falco. Referee playing the advantage. Crooks. Villa. Where is the incision to come from? Villa. Falco, Mabbutt, Crooks. That's a good turn! And a beautiful save. Really a great save. Crooks got up wondering whether the penalty was going to be given. But the referee never had any intention. Villa who played it through. Here's Mabbutt, here's Crooks. He thought he was caught, and it was Hazard who tried the chip, and the goalkeeper who made a very good save. Back to Hazard from the corner. Mabbutt, and another good stop by Pfaff. Right across to get the hold of his body, but a particularly good save from the chip from Hazard, because he'd come forward and was able to make the jump and turn it over. Let's look again, though, about Crooks. Was he caught? Well, it looked as though he may have been, but this really was a very good save. And Gary O'Reilly being withdrawn from the fray. And Spurs to bring on another little fizzer in Terry Gibson. The linesman checked his watch. On our watch, he's got 11 minutes to play. Well, he came on as a substitute against Coleraine in the first leg and scored. And how Tottenham could do with a repeat of that performance. Right now. The skipper disappointed by the rather negative pass. To the obvious delight of the crowd. Here's Brook. It's not about trying. And Crooks! And the goalkeeper denied him. And Brook cannot believe it. Well, how much was that fortune and how much was that good goalkeeping? Brook to take the resulting corner. On by Lacey. Price. Good punch by Pfaff. Here's Dremler. And here's Rummenigge. And once again there was the sweeper goalkeeper. Learned it from Tommy Lawrence. Villa. And we've got what I suppose we ought to describe as a Sportsnight finish. A Sportsnight finish. The ball given away. Dremler. Breitner. Maybe one pace too many. And it's Crooks who was denied. It may prove to be a crucial miss. Brooks shot. Good save, it bounced awkwardly, but he got up and he certainly got half to his feet and did well, did Pfaff. Now Dremler, Rummenigge for support, and Hoeneß. Here's Rummenigge. Oh, I say, the man is fallible. Dremler puts his head in his hands, and Rummenigge proves that even the European Footballer of the Year can be guilty of a schoolboy miss. It was laid on a plate for him, and he spurned it. The disappointing one in terms of numbers, 36,488. Maybe the damp night played its part in that, but Spurs were hoping for their best crowd of the season, which would have needed to be 40 and more. And one look was sufficient. And Paul Breitner, the equaliser from him, the goal scored by Steve Archibald in the 3rd minute. Entertaining contest, full of might-have-beens, and there will be one that Rummenigge will want to forget pretty quickly. Brook has fine efforts in the first half. Tottenham starting so well, but in the end finding the lack of key players working very much against them. Although Garth Crooks will wonder for many a day how it was he didn't manage to beat Pfaff, who was on his knees. The final score 1-1, and Tottenham's European hopes hanging by a thread. Keith, about as difficult as you must have expected.
Yes, it proved so, didn't it, in the second half. They're a very good side, Bayern Munich, and they showed the vast experience that they've accumulated in Europe over the years. But we kept running and chasing and battling, and really I was proud of the young boys at the end of the game.
You had an electrifying start, but you needed a second goal while you were on top.
Yes, we got the goal that we needed early. I thought it was a good, well-taken goal from a set piece, a corner kick. And when that went in, I thought, well, perhaps this is going to be a good night for us. Gary Brook hit the bar, and he had a good couple of good attempts from free kicks that might have gone in. But I think that possibly the turning point of the game was whether we got the penalty incident when I felt Gary Mabbott was brought down after he received a ball from Mickey Hazard on the left-hand side of the box. If we'd have got that, it'd have been 2-0. Perhaps we'd have gone on from there, but they got the equaliser about a quarter of an hour after half-time, and it was uphill to a certain extent for us after that.
There was another possible penalty late on when Crooks was called as he turned.
It'll be interesting to see it again on the camera. I think this is something that we've got these days, isn't it? That we used to argue about things, but now we've got it on television, and it looked like a penalty to me from where I was sat. Possibly the referee allowed it to go on because he thought Mike Hazard had got a ghost chance on that one. But I was a bit disappointed that he didn't point to the spot, actually.
Could have been goals, more goals at both ends.
Well, the one that Rummenigge missed, that was the simplest of chances, wasn't it? And it just shows you that a fella that takes goals as well as he does can miss them just like anybody else. And
somehow
really,
pleasing that, not only from your point of view, but for everybody watching.
well, everybody is human, and you know, the way that we've been writing this fella up since the international last week, you'd have thought that he was the greatest thing since sliced bread, but it didn't turn out that way tonight. I thought that we kept hold of him fairly well, but just on the odd occasion he showed what class he's got at turning people and his quickness in thought at getting in there for chances.
You had 5 players out, whom some of your crowd at least would consider the greatest thing since sliced bread. You've got a 6 now, Archibald, on the injured list. How many of those are likely to be available for the second leg?
Well, possibly Steve Archibald isn't too bad. Chrissy Houghton might have a chance. I would hope that Steve Perryman might have recovered sufficiently, but his illness is one that really we've got to take day by day and see how he comes along. So possibly 2 and at the most 3 out of those 6.
But no chance for Hoddle or Galvin?
Neither Hoddle, Galvin nor Roberts. They're not coming along as quickly as we'd hoped. But we'll soldier on. We'll forget about the injuries, and if we've got players out there with a Tottenham shirt on, then they're going to fight.
That's the attitude, though I must say I have some sympathy for Keith Birkenshaw's injury problems, and even more for him after those 2 penalty decisions, particularly the second. The Italian referee was obviously the sort who wasn't going to give a major decision unless he was absolutely certain. However, if he was mistaken, he was by no means the only one to err in the match. Apart from the ice-cool and so-cultured Rummenigge's rush of blood to the head, both Dieter Hernes and Garth Crooks, by no means the youngest players on the field, messed up opportunities that could have drastically altered the state of play in the second leg. The first was something that the experienced player should have done so well. Let's first of all just admire Rummenigge's run to the right there, which was absolutely superb. The timing perfect, because you can see he's played onside beautifully by the far fullback. But this ball coming over now, a player of Hernes's experience should have stayed behind and not allowed himself to get in front of the ball and the player before it was played. It was an open goal laid on by an expert, but really he should have done so much better and would have changed the course drastically of the next leg. But Garth Crooks, who we've already seen, here he picks up Brook in the middle very well indeed, and does so well from that position to get on the end of the shot after the goalkeeper beats it out. This is just yet another of Brook's superb shooting skills throughout the match, but from this moment on, Crooks should not just have lunged, he should have looked for subtlety and made the second leg so much easier for Tottenham Hotspur.
Well, how ironic when Ricky Villa is captaining Spurs in the Cup Winners' Cup that his fellow Argentine and former Spurs colleague Ozzy Ardiles should also be playing in the same competition, but for a French side, Paris Saint-Germain against Swansea City. Swansea had a tongue lashing from manager John Toshak after their 3-0 defeat at home by Everton last